Okay, so as we transition into the DocuSign transaction room for our transaction management, I want to do a real quick training video on how it works. Based on memory, I'm a little rusty on it, but I think that more or less it will work the same way. So what we're going to do is we're going to log in, and you log into realestate.docusign.com. That's how you get into transaction room. You will then log in with the credentials that you have. It's the same credentials as DocuSign. Okay, now understand that the benefit of using this is that for the people that are familiar with DocuSign, it's going to be very easy for them to get those signatures, and then those signatures and those documents will be automatically inputted into Transaction Room. Now, for everybody that doesn't use DocuSign, then all they have to do is use their ZipLogic or Adobe Signature or whatever signature that they're using, online signature tool, and then they'll just download the PDF and then upload it into their room. So anyway, I have a DocuSign account. I like it, so we'll go to continue. We log in. I don't believe that's the password. I believe that's the password. Okay, and then now, because it's been a while since we've had these transactions and we've been using these transactions, these are the ones that were recently viewed. Now, I'm going to be using it as an individual, not as an administrative. But so what we'll do is we'll go in here. And the tasks have to be automated. So all this stuff, look, this was back in 2007. So I'll clean it up as an admin. That's stuff that I should have been doing. But we're going to go in here and we're going to create our own new room. So you go to rooms, and then we're going to create a new one. And in this one, we will call it, I suggest calling it the address. So the address is 3322 Lowell Avenue, Los Angeles, California 90032. I am the assign ownership to another. No, I'm the owner. In this case, it's REH Real Estate. Address, location is 3322. Now, all this stuff may seem rudimentary. You're going to have to forgive me. Los Angeles, California 90032, United States. My role is I am the real estate agent, and I am represent the list side. Now, if I want to put the property photo, I can put it. I would suggest that we put it there anyway. Let's see if I have the desktop. Okay, so let's cancel that. Let me pause it while I find the photo. So let's resume. Let's find the photo. Where would it be? Lowell. There it is. There's a picture of the photo. It's going to ask me to crop it. So I crop it, create. And my room is now created. Now, what I'm going to do is, if I'm not mistaken, I can go to documents, and then I can upload documents. Now in this case, I'm going to upload the counter and the purchase agreement. Okay, so those are the two things that I have right now. An offer was received. I am the listing agent, so I need to upload the purchase agreement and the pre-approval. So I click open. These documents will then be inside, and they are now in the room. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe there was a way to combine these. I believe there's a way to combine these, so I can. The app insta. I don't know what that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to unarchive, archive, download, review. Hold on one second. Okay, so just to keep everything organized as opposed to having a whole bunch of documents like this, because in the end, really, that just ends up becoming like a Google Drive folder. And the whole goal here is for us to be able to create tasks that are created, that are automated and template based, so that once you plug in specific dates, it automatically calculates those dates and you know what to do. Now, that's for the transaction coordinator, so that the transaction coordinator knows what to do. In this case, I'm the listing agent, so all I would do is I would come in here, I'd put the documents, and then I would click actions, add folder, and then I'm going to say original purchase agreement. Okay, I click create. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I can then move both of these to folder and current room. and then original purchase agreement, and it's that simple. So it's a lot like Google Drive. The only benefit here is that we can retrieve signatures and the people automatically have access to it. So that's one of the reasons that we're switching and migrating over to this, but more importantly because of the tasks and the history. So it's going to create a hub for us all to work on with these properties, and it'll keep us a lot more organized, and we can start we can even add a document or a Google Note, or what is this? A post. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that you could do that there. So we can put comments in there so that people can see what those posts are or what those notes are. And I'm sure that you're going to find other things that I'm not even aware of. Now, in this case, I have the original purchase agreement and the offer. Now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be submitting a counter offer for this property. I'm going to pause it, draft up the counter offer, and then I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to submit them all for signature, and I'm going to show you how to do that here. Okay, so I'm pausing it. Okay, so I finally have the counter offer drafted up, and I think this is pretty good based on what we're offering. The home warranty, the NHD, the escrow, the title, what's not included in sale, property sold as is, home inspection to be completed within 4 days, or not to be completed, home inspection contingency to be removed within 5 days of acceptance. That's cool. All right, I think we're good. So now I'm going to save, and then I'm going to print this form, and I'm going to save it as a PDF. So I can just save it as a desktop. And we'll say 3322 Lowell seller counter. All right, so that's the counter. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back into transaction room, and if I'm not mistaken, I then click add, and I'm going to add from my computer, and I'm going to go to desktop, and then let's go desktop. Okay, so we're going to go here. I upload it. The document is in there. I wish it was as simple as me. Oh, I guess I can drag it. Sweet. Before I couldn't do that before. So I should be able to then click this, and bam. Now it says that 4 people have access to it. I'm curious to see who those 4 people are. All right, so I'll be modifying that in a little bit because you don't really need access to this quite yet. Okay, so there's the counter offer. Counter offer was done, and now what we're going to do is we're going to send it out for signatures. So I'm then going to say actions. Boom. Boom. Come on. This. Technically, I want that in the second spot, but whatever. I wonder if there's a way to do that. I can't rearrange the order, huh? Okay, so I'm going to go here, and I think then I'm going to DocuSign. So I come here, here's my documents, and then I click DocuSign. What will happen is that it's then going to migrate it into the form that we're all used to. Now, the envelope name in this case, I'm going to call it Seller Counter Offer Number 1, and then I'm going to put it there. I'm going to add the recipients. Oh, so I could have had room participants earlier. I probably should have. I should have added the seller and her name, but unfortunately I didn't. So we're just going to do it from email address. Now, fortunately, I already have her stored here. So it should have saved, but it didn't, which also sucks. So let me get her email address. Hold on. So I'm going to paste her in there, 'cause she's the one that's going to be doing the signing anyway. And then email subject, probably just going to keep it the same. Okay, and then I'm going to say Linda, per our conversation, see convert. See attached counter. Now I may have to explain something to her real quick, which is the item 7D2, just so that she understands. Item 7D2 is the city taxes. This is a normal seller expense. I have accounted for it in our estimated net proceeds, but it was left blank on the offer. These fees are roughly, I'm just gonna leave it like that. If she asks me, then I'll explain it. It's about $4.40 for every 1,000. So in this case, it would be, but the city is only $1.10. So it's $1.10 times 680, 748. So 748, all right? Or it's the other way around. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into it right now, but these fees are roughly, so it's $4.40 times 680. These, okay. The city and county taxes are about there, and they will be deducted from your proceeds. Okay, that way she understands what I did. You know what? I just realized that I didn't add the part of property to remain on market. So I'm gonna have to replace that one. Just pause it. Okay, so I realized that I forgot a part of my counter, so I removed it and then I put a new one back in there. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select these two. You know what? Let's do it the right way. So now let's go into people, and we'll worry about that later. But let's add from network. Add the people. No. So in order to add someone, I'm gonna have to invite her via email, which I can do. But you know, for our clients that aren't that tech savvy, she is the list side, and she is the seller. So her name is Linda Roberts, and then I need her email address. I'm hoping that once I do this, she'll be able to simply access it, because I've already sent her DocuSign. So that's what I'm hoping, but I don't know if that's gonna work. So, and I put Lida. It's Linda A. Roberts. Invite. So now she's gonna have access to the room. She'll get an email to join it. Now I'm gonna go back to documents, and I'm gonna click on the counter, and I'm gonna click on the RPA, and I'm gonna click on actions. No, I'm going to click on signature, DocuSign. All right, so now this is familiar to everyone, and I'm going to call this the envelope name. We're going to call this counter offer seller counter offer number 1, which is what it is, or it's also known as SCO. Okay, SCO, not search engine. Anyway, okay, so those are there now. I'm going to add a recipient. Room participants, let me see if she's in there. Good, so she's already in there. So once you add her, then you don't have to worry about that. We can do that. Now she's already in. Perfect. So she needs to sign. That's exactly what I wanted. I think I do have to sign a document as well. Room participant. I am the signer on that page where they ask for the agents. And then I'm going to say counter offer number 1. This is typically how I usually do it. I put it in the colon so people know what I'm doing. 3322 Lowell Ave, Los Angeles, California 90032. Linda, per our conversation, here is our counter for 680. Now in the prior DocuSign that I was setting up, I referenced the item that she needed to pay. I'm gonna have to reference that again, just for your records, item 7, what is it? Item 7D2 is the city and county transfer tax. These taxes are normal seller expenses, but were not marked off in the contract, so I had to clarify them. The expense, or just put these seller expenses are usually $4.40 for every $1,000 of sales price. So our taxes would be $2,922. All right. I have already accounted for this in your net proceeds. I've already accounted for this in your net proceeds. It will be deducted from your overall check. Okay? That way I explain it to her, and then I already talked to her about something, the other stuff. Please approve when able, so I can send to the buyers. All right. Cool. So that should be it. Let's click next, and then the process is exactly the same. The beauty is once it's sent, it's automatically inputted into DocuSign transaction. Okay, so I'm just putting the signatures here now. Whenever you add a checkbox, just remember that you add it and then you double check it and then you make it read only. If you do a required field, that makes them check it off or not check it off. I want it read only, and that way it's marked off for me. So then I add her signature here. In this case, I'm going to put my signature there. Signature here, date here. Let's go back to her. And that's about it. That's all she wrote. Cool. All right, so she now has the counter, and she now has everything else, right? That's hers and the counter. So I'm going to click send. I can sign now, and boom, now it shows, now it looks a little bit different, right? So it needs my signature. I can go in there and just sign it myself. Again, it's going to open up DocuSign. Start, I sign, finish. So now it's waiting for others. This draft, I can come in here and theoretically I could just delete because it's not, this is the one where I'm working on anyway. Okay. So now I close this and now I'm back in transaction room. Now theoretically, what we should have is we should have tasks that once you create a template, it just creates the tasks, the due dates, and etc. etc. So what we need to do is we need to create these type of due dates in here, so that way we have reminders and we know what we're supposed to do. So that is transaction room in a nutshell. Okay.